Hey everybody, Don Alder here, and I hope you're all doing well. And I'm here today to chat about this awesome little amp from Elite Acoustics. It's called the D4-8 acoustic amplifier, packed with a ton of features, which we're going to talk about, and I'll also show some examples. But first off, I just wanted to show you this little box called the Stomp Mix 4, also made by Elite Acoustics. And I've been using this a fair amount. It's so portable. And it's a 4-channel mixer with all sorts of amazing features on it. And this is the heart and soul of this particular baby. And so, if you have one of these or have one of these, it's good to get both because you can always mirror your settings back and forth. And when you can take an amp with you, you've got them here. And when you can't take an amp with you, you got them here. So that to me is a huge sell feature right there. They're calling it a compact rechargeable acoustic amplifier with its 32-bit 100 megahertz DSP engine. So it's using LFP rechargeable batteries with a play time of 4 to 6 hours. And we'll talk about this LFP a little bit later because it's quite an important little feature to know about. So right off the bat, like I said, it's a 4-channel digital mixer. So we're going to go back to my page here. And as you can see, I've got channel 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's got 10 user scene memories, which is great because you can do your settings for each of your guitars or for your microphones, whatever, and you can store those. So for show 1, you might have 1 guitar and maybe 2 vocals. You can save the setting for that, and next show you might have 2 guitars, 1 vocal, and you can save a scene for that. So very handy feature. Let's go to how you would get there. You click on your system button, and you can see here is you have a, you can select which memory you want. I've got it on 3 right now. You can clear, you can store, and you can recall. Okay, so I have noticed that when you store, you're going to hold this for a couple seconds, but when you recall, you push quickly. You don't want to hold it down too long to get it to get that new memory to come back up. So next feature up is input, color display, as you can see, but it's also got input level monitoring. And this is important. So they recommend that you stay minus 12 or below. And right now, I'm a little bit above on my channel 1. So I've got the Yamaha pickup going into channel 1, and I've got the Seymour Duncan mag mic going into channel 2. And as you can see, the Seymour Duncan's below, and my Yamaha's higher. Now, because it's 32-bit, it might give you a bit more headroom. I'm not hearing any distortion. But if I needed to, I could just turn down my guitar. All right. Kind of balance off those sounds a little bit. So, so you just want to make sure you're going to keep within those ranges and not really drive it, right? And that's the beautiful part about having a mixer is you've got multiple stages of gain here, so you can optimize your sound, right? You don't usually find that in an electric guitar amp. You probably get 2 stages. You get your input and then your master. So this has a lot more flexibility with things you can do. So for example, if I go to page and I click on the parameter button a couple times, it's going to take me to my main level out. So I've also got that, which can control how much goes out of the amplifier, right? And we'll come back to that a little bit later too, because it does serve another purpose. Go back to the main page. And so it's got the input level monitoring. It's got 2 class mic A inputs with trim pad for channel 1 and 2 with 48 volt phantom power. So that would be channel 1 and 2 right there. And of course, you get actually 3 XLRs in, but the 48 volt will work on all 3 of these. So let's find out the difference. So yeah, these have trim pots. I guess the trim pots for here also work with these guys. And you got the 2 high impedance instrument plugs right here going in. Now I'm just going to touch briefly on this and come back to it later because there's some other more amazing features in here that allow you to really be so flexible with so many different pickups, okay? So, line instrument put 4, so you got a line instrument put 4 there, and then you've got the mic here, so again, you've got pads, you can switch between mic and line, you got another pad down here, so instrument, mic and line, you got your level pots right here. All right, so moving on, we have independent reverb, shimmer effects level on each channel. So if I went to the page and I clicked again, oops, pardon me, if I go to, oh, this is right. So here's my reverb send right here, right? As you can see, I've got reverb on channels 1 and 2, and they're both different. Check those. I'll turn them off totally. Dry. It's actually a really great sound on reverb. And if you hit the parameter button again, you get to have shimmer. All right, and a pre-delay and the tone and the decay. Now, I don't know of any other amplifier that's got a shimmer effect into it, and this is pretty groovy. You know, Lead Acoustics, I met the head engineer, and he's quite, and I think probably the founder of the organization, named David. And he's very approachable, so if you got great ideas for an amplifier, reach out to him. They listen to the community because these amps are designed and built in the USA. And matter of fact, some years back at the NAMM show, I said, wouldn't it be great if we could get a shimmer effect in the amplifier? And lo and behold, there it is. Now, David, if you could put like an expression pedal port for this, that'd be even more awesome. So there you go, that's the reverb. And it's also got delay too if you want to check. So I've got just a little bit delay there. You can put it on more. And if you go to the parameter, of course, you can change the BPM, you can change how many times, lo-fi and the repeats. So if I turn on the repeats, beats. The lo-fi, I don't think I've ever worked with the lo-fi before. I guess it distorts it a little bit, and I can see what this guy does. Or you can change the time of it. Oh, that's nice. Wow, okay. Interesting, okay, that's cool. So I'll go back to the 1, which is what I like. And I'll go back to 0 repeats because that's the way I like it, and no lo-fi. And I'm going to go back to, I think I had like 136 or something like that. And I'm going to go back to the parameter. And I'm going to take my level down because I don't want too much delay. A bit more. Okay, that's what I like. So this is the gate and compressor. So if you want to add a bit of compression, always a good thing. You can hear, you can see it kick in, of course. Now if you're a heavy strummer, this is for you, all right? You're not driving the amp too crazy. And the gates, well, that can help you out too. But that's if you got noise and stuff going on from pedals. So I don't typically use the gate. I would use just a tiny bit of compression for what I do. Just a hair for me. So, okay, so going through the menu again. So I'll keep it at that, and I'm going to go back to the main menu again. All right, back to the main mix, and you can see I've got channel 3 and 4 turned down, and that's for a reason. So when you want to store scenes, you just want to make sure that the channels if you're not using are turned off, which is a good practice, right? Okay, so moving on, we have a 2-notch filter available on each channel. So if I check channel 1 and I kind of bump into there, you see I've got channel EQ, and let's run to the range of the channel. It's taking the bass up quite a bit. You can see it's got quite a range there. Go back to 0. The high. Now the high is good thing to know is that basically the high EQ has no effect unless you got the tweeter dial turned up. So I'm going to turn that on, which is something unique. I've never actually seen a little dial for the tweeter, right? And so you got a 1-inch tweeter here and an 8-inch speaker. All right. So I'm kind of maxed out on the tweeter and going to the EQ here for the high. Go to the mid. And of course you can you know, it's sweep. It's got a sweepable mid frequency you can do. All right. All right, moving on to more features. So you got the EQ, and now you've also got, if you click the button again on channel 1, you're going to find some interesting features here, especially if you're using multiple pickups. So you have notch filters. You got a couple notch filters. You can turn them on or off, and I don't usually use that. And of course, you can select the frequency. Now, the thing that's important to me is the polarity switch. I've got 2 pickups going, and typically you could run into some phase cancellation. So listen to what happens. I've got this set up, but listen to what happens when I dial that. Now both sounds are usable. Both sound good. It's a little bit less bassy, but if you want to kind of fix that polarity issue, that's how you do it. So, which is something, again, you don't find on most amplifiers. And a lot of mixers don't have that either, especially small portable ones. But you get that with this particular little gem. So moving on, we've got, we talked about the delay. You get a 1 second delay, which is with tap tempo. And it says it's assigned to 1 channel at a time. So basically, it's kind of limited to 1 channel. So now you have assignable A/B switch functions, and they're actually on the back here. But you'd plug in your switch back here, your foot switch. But the assignables are on this menu when you go to System once again. If you click once more, you can get the assigns here. And this allows you to do all sorts of really cool things. You can turn off the effects, turn off the channels, make the channel selectable. And right now I've got this between 1 and 4 and the effects. So I've got that, when I plug in the foot switch later, I'll show you it actually, if I want to do a guitar change or go silent for tuning, I just click 1 foot switch and it silences the whole amp and its output, so out of the XLR part. It's also got headphone outputs, so you got with a level control, as you can see, you got a little, I guess an 1/8 inch stereo output. And you've got a level control, which is very nice to have. So again, acting like a little mixer. You've got a little auxiliary input, which is great. So you can plug in a phone or anything else that you have that you want to practice along with, or use it to play music in breaks, kind of thing. It says main mix and aux mix. So you got a main output and an aux output, so you can work with both of those. It's got a speaker output level control with mono and mute switch. Okay, so let's talk about the mute switch, because on here, if I'm playing and I mute, the amp's gone quiet. Now, if I have another amp plugged to it, which I'll hook up later and we can look at, and I go mute, the external source coming out of the XLRs won't be silent, okay? But we're going to show you the workaround for how to make it silent, so everything goes silent. Okay, so we'll turn it back on. Now we've also got a signal light, a little LED here, so you can see I've got signal coming in, and a peak light if I'm going too hot, this little red LED. But I'm just fine, so no problem there, right?